Every day I wake up in a cold sweat, asking, why are we here? Do we have free will? Could I beat Minecraft if every 10 seconds a creeper spawned? Okay, I want to quickly run through the rules of the challenge, but I know some of you will get bored and click off, so I've put measures in place to keep you entertained while the grown-ups have a discussion. Number 1, we're going to be playing with a data pack that spawns a creeper on me every 10 seconds. 2, we're playing on hard mode, and 3, we're playing on hardcore, so if I die, I have to start the whole thing over. This run felt good from the start. I load in, run the data pack, and start sprinting away from the first creeper that spawned. I decide I should get some wood and start figuring out how to deal with the constant explosions. As it turns out, gathering blocks from craters turns out to be super helpful and efficient, and I quickly have all the materials I need. I spot a village over the hill and start heading towards it. On the way, I try a bit of speed crafting, and spot some wheat for food and an iron golem for iron. Things were looking class. Unfortunately, I tried climbing a hill to get a better vantage point of the village, and I mess up a jump and pay the price. Another perfect start. Getting the hang of it now, I get some wood again using the creepers to mine for me. I figure out a really simple way to prevent damage by blocking off the creeper's feet, making me pretty much invincible. With this in mind, there's no way I could be outsmarted by the dumb creeper pathfinding AI, right? I don't know how, but I got outplayed here harder than I ever have in my entire life. I don't really want to talk about it. Okay, here we go. No village, no free food, just me in the woods pulling myself up by my bootstraps. It sucked. I'll be honest, I spent 10 minutes running around the forest looking for mushrooms to not starve to death, and then when I finally found both types, I spent another 5 minutes running around a crafting table trying to craft them without dying, and to cut a long story short, I did in fact die. Oh man, we're at the rules board again, that's crazy. Look at the Subway servers, don't look at the rules, they haven't changed, I swear. Don't check. Okay, we're playing on normal difficulty now, so this should go a lot smoother. Just use my trick for blocking the explosion and... easy mode, how hard could it be? Okay, nice. We got another village and we have enough wheat to craft a bunch of bread to keep me healthy. I try a new strategy here to try get the time to craft. In theory, if I build up high enough and punch off the creepers as they spawn, I'll have the time to make whatever I want. In theory. Okay, look, I think you and I both know where this is going. Welcome back to the rules board, rules fans and Subway Surfers enjoyers. Listen, there's only 2 rules left on this board, and I can only get rid of one of them and still have a video that isn't just, can I beat Minecraft? Alright then, easy mode, infinite lives, can I beat this godforsaken challenge? Let's get started. This is the best start we've had yet. We spawn in a spruce forest, so I grab as many berries as I can.
That's a surprise tool that can help us later.
Right beside the spawn is a ruined portal with enough iron for a bucket, a flint and steel, and a fire aspect sword so I can cook food on the go. I wander around for a bit, find a lava pool, and start setting up shop. Okay, so we need to do a little problem solving. I have to put down a portal at the lava pool and then set up a bed to respawn near it. I don't want to put my bed right beside the portal because every time I go in or out of it, a creeper will spawn, and so I won't be able to sleep. Solution? Put my bed on the other side of this field. Okay, but now, how do I get from my bed back to the portal every time I die in a way that I can move quickly while slowing down the creepers? And how do I guarantee I have enough food while running through the nether? Act 1.5. It's berries, it's all berries, it's the surprise tool that will help us later, and later is now, it's berries. I would sell my soul for 3 Minecraft berries if given the chance. Not only do berries give constant, exponential returns on food, they can be harvested easily, don't have to be replanted, and creepers have to pathfind around them. They're perfect. So after setting up my beloved farm, I finally enter the nether. I'm going to give you a bit of a spoiler and tell you right now that the fortress I was looking for was about 100 blocks that way. And there are realistically 2 directions I could have gone in. Which direction do you think I spent an hour exploring and gathering resources in, only to be thrown off the side of a cliff? you guessed the wrong direction, you would be correct. My second run in the Nether, I actually go the correct direction, and I find the fortress, and so begins Act 2, the really long relay race I play with myself trying to get a godforsaken blaze rod back to my base without fucking dying and losing it all in lava. Also, there's still creepers, part 1 of many. Or Turlrip Wumtadagag Burptum Woofed Alialatskapoom for short. Actually getting up to the fortress was probably consistently the most annoying problem I had to deal with so far in this challenge. I died many times. Once I made it up and found the blaze spawner, I had to actually kill one and get back safely without dying. I died at this stage also many times. The creeper actually blew up the spawner at one point and I thought the run was basically dead. But on a lucky attempt I find a lone blaze that must have naturally spawned. I descend upon it with the rage of 1,000 burning suns and thank God it dropped a rod. I somehow managed to get back to home base in one piece with only a little bit of trauma and store it safely. That's 1 down, 5 more to go. Bored of getting my ass beaten hell, I do some creative ender pearl hunting for a bit and get 2 pearls and craft my first Eyes of Ender. Okay, for this next part to make sense, I need to go through some nerd shit. Eyes of Ender flow towards the position of the nearest stronghold when thrown, right? Then you could set off in the direction it flies, then throw another, and then see if it still leads you in the right direction, and keep going until eventually it flies downwards and you have your location. What if though, instead of that, we walk perpendicular to the direction it flies for a few hundred blocks, throw another one, keeping track of our coordinates and exact direction the pearls fly? We could extend those points into lines on a graph, and where they meet is exactly where we need to go, give or take a few chunks. We could do this math ourselves, or we could use any of the hundreds of tools for it online. So let's run the calculation, and it's fucking miles away. Awesome. After eventually completing my literal pilgrimage to the stronghold, I finally get to the predicted coordinates and place a bed. I was about to start dying a lot. After doing this for a while, I figure I'd probably be better off coming back later with more Eyes of Ender so I can get a more accurate read on the stronghold, so I head home. Well, nothing to do until I get more blaze rods, so Act 2.5, time to do Turlrip Wumtadagag Burptum Woof That's Gatapom. First try, let's go. I want to be clear here that this is the most stressful experience with a video game I've ever had, and I'm not joking. But hey, look at that, we're halfway there. At this point, I have blaze hunting down to a science, completed easily in 2 simple steps. Step 1, respawn. Step 1A, grab an axe from my safety chest. B, grab as many berries as I can without dying. C, terraform a bit of the landscape with a creeper for blocks. D, jump into the portal without getting it blown up. D, addendum 1, if you do blow it up, get the flint and steel from the safety chest, reignite the frame, place the flint and steel back into the safety chest, then refer to step 1, part D. E, jump down a hill of broken frames. F, run across the nether to the fortress, build halfway up, knock off the creeper that'll inevitably spawn before you get to the top, build the rest of the way to the top, kill the blaze for a blaze rod, inevitably die, see steps 1 part A through F again, and bring the blaze rod back to the portal. Step 2, place the blaze rod in the safety chest. And there it is, 2 simple and effective steps for blaze hunting. Okay, great, we have our blaze rods, now for some enderman hunting. With that, let's get back to the hole. Looks like our estimate was only a few chunks off, so I course correct. And finally, we're in. I really can't stress enough how horrific of a time I had trying to find the portal room. Eventually I find it, but only because a creeper blows up a wall that I found down the end of a cave. I enter the room, note down the coordinates, and then die. Move my bed to the surface above the portal, and bunker bomb down, and fill in the portal. This is it. Nearly the end. Act 3. Okay, but like, how do I actually kill this thing though? So there's a few factors getting in my way of finishing this challenge. First is that I have to find a way to get from the spawn platform to the main island consistently without dying. This might sound easy, but I promise it's harder than it looks. The distance is so long that a creeper will almost always spawn, and if I don't deal with it when it does, it'll still be there on my next attempt once I die. I do eventually complete the bridge after plummeting to my death a few times, and I just have to be very careful about not letting any explosions happen on it. Okay, problem 2. I have to be able to destroy all the end crystals without using a bow, since using one slows me down too much. Some are protected by iron bars, which means I'll have to tower up to them, something I'm famously good at doing. As it turns out, I don't have to use a bow to blow up the crystals. Any projectile works. Lucky for me, I know exactly what I can use and where to get it. Okay, that was the last crystal. Finally, I gotta kill the dragon. I genuinely don't know how long this will take, but presumably the only thing that will kill me at this point is the creepers, which also damage the dragon, so eventually I should just win. But there's not much more to this than just going for it. It's pretty funny as it turns out. When I'm underneath the dragon perch, the creepers that spawn immediately get thrown away, so this is ironically the safest I've ever felt during this entire challenge. It was down to a sliver of health, but suddenly my attacks stopped hitting and I wasn't sure why. I took a risk and jumped up to hit the final shot. Only one more step to complete the challenge. I really wanted to take the dragon egg with me through the portal, but in I think the most fitting end to the video, I fuck up towering up and get blown by a creeper, launching me straight into the credits. Typical.